Say that voter turnout is already running high ahead of prior primaries. Today, people will be able to take a ferry from downtown San Diego to the South Bay.
Yeah, how about that? The plan has been
Was driving while holding her phone in her right hand. Take a listen.
Prior primaries. News 8's Chris Groh.
Make us all feel more efficient, right? But this morning, new research shows the key to getting more done, maybe doing less.
We're literally working on a video right now while we're doing the news. It's how the world we're in. Author Gloria, a woman who has spent more than a decade quietly doing her part to make it a better place, man's best friend.
Be able to take a ferry from downtown San Diego to the
26. I'm Eric Connors.
And I'm Vanessa P. Let's go ahead and get a check on your forecast.
And we are streaming right now on our CBS 8 app, and here is what's coming up for you. I'm Eric Connor. Glad you're with us. Let's get right to that story. News 8's Chris Groh. Our Friar Fridays contest, you have the chance today, but exciting matchups are coming to Petco Park. Questions on what it really means.
Vote centers will be open. County officials say voter turnout is already running ahead of prior primaries. Thank you so much for joining us this Friday. Time is 8:30. I'm Vanessa Paz.
I'm Eric Connor. It must be getting close to June, right? News 8's Chris Groh has everything you need to know before Tuesday, including a big change for mail-in ballots. Bogart's bobblehead on Monday, June 9th. So there he is. Looks just like him. Got the earrings, got the studs.
Right now, when I grabbed it from the head.
Yeah, if you're stuck at the bars or you're there a little longer than you should have been, you're put to an East Coast, West Coast spell off.
Honoring the Navarra family.
Okay.
Jerome's.
Okay.
Because like us, they've been serving San Diego families, and creating homes for decades.
Yeah.
And they also not only support us, but they also go and themselves deliver deliver meals to our Cone Restaurant Group and also Trust.
I have to say I'm partial to Duke's. That's the place I visit every time I go to Hawaii and Waikiki.
Yes.
I haven't been to this one yet in La Jolla, but talk to us about Duke's and why it was important to be part of this
community. We have a legacy of aloha that that's our charitable giving in each of our restaurants. So we're really, really excited to be a part of this year.
And you have the, what is it, the Lili Kai?
Lili Koi.
Lili Koi. Almost. I almost got
really
that.
Close.
Talk to us about this. This is one of the dishes.
Lime juice, tomato, onion, a little bit of jalapeno. Our senior prom.
I'm going to try this by a special couple who is going to be crowned senior prom king and queen. Tell us how you made that selection and how important they are to this event.
Right. Well, they're wonderful clients of ours. They've been together 71 years.
Wow.
And he built the house for his wife that they're still living in today. There are levels of need of clients. And, you know, they're getting up there. They're well into their 90s. And so while the children are working.
Gala, they can donate, they can volunteer. There are so many ways that they can help.
Absolutely. So you can go to san diego meals on wheels.org. And you can get your tickets there for the gala, Yukon's month, and our volunteers and our donors have rolled up their sleeves in a big way this month. A shout out to Cone Restaurant Group, stepped up to make the senior prom magical.
I love that. And then for anyone, again, I hope we have time, for anyone who has,
elderly, check in, see if they need anything. And you can always refer people to us. They can call us. It's 1-800, they need help, because we don't say we're going to take care of your family member. We're going to help you take care of your family member. And that's how we're going to do it. So reach out to us.
Such incredible work that they do. Brent, Katie, thank you so much for joining us this Friday and taking the time.
It's a pleasure.
Again, all of those details Brent just mentioned, find a way to help, volunteer time, donate. There's so many ways, and they do such incredible work for our elder citizens and just for the community. All right, we'll be back after these details. Changes set to take effect to CalFresh benefits Monday that could impact thousands of San Diegans. And one local food pantry says it's already seen a surge in demand that it has never seen before. Thank you so much, Kelly. Starting this Monday, people will be able to take a ferry from downtown San Diego to the South Bay.
Oh, that view is going to be very nice. The plan has been in the works for many years now. News 8's Tori Apodaca live. Be ready.
Yeah, and if you do mail it on Election Day, make sure that you go to a staffed post office and ask for a hand stamp. Drop boxes remain your last minute safe option.
All right, this morning, a new poll.
Such a great job you guys did out there. All right, happy Friday. We have finally made it to the end of the work week at 11:23. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the rainfall totals that we have seen over the past 24 hours. It was a sort of a dreary and wet start to the day, but it looks like things have cleared. We're now seeing some sunshine, but let's go ahead and give you kind of a recap of some of the numbers that we did see. Even though they were unimpressive to say the least, we still got some numbers in. For example, Palomar Mountain got about 1/10 of an inch or so. Meanwhile, 100ths of an inch in San Onofre, Kearney Mesa, Fashion Valley, as well as Rancho Bernardo. Bernardo. The probability of rain slim to none now all the way through the weekend. So we're pretty much done with those light showers and the heavy mist that we've been encountering and dealing with over the past few mornings. In fact, here's a live look outside. You can see that sunshine has prevailed along the coast. We're continuing to see some spotty clouds inland. Again, we are seeing uneven clearing overall across the board, but it is nice and dry for the most part. Current temperatures right now, we are sitting mild, lots of 60s to go around across our most populated neighborhoods, 69 in Mira Mesa, 62 in Ramona. If you're looking for those cool temperatures, just head east towards the mountain areas. Julian right now tracking a current temp of 49 degrees. Overall, it's going to be nice. 70s, low 70s, high 60s for the inland neighborhoods, high 60s for the coast. We'll top out in the upper 50s in our mountain areas. That area low is going to disappear, moving out of the way out east. That's what, again, enhanced our onshore flow and brought us cool temperatures over the past several days. It kept things very nice and comfortable, and we'll have some weak ridging in time for the weekend. So that's going to warm things up slightly. I'm emphasizing the word slightly because we're not going to have an extreme warm up, but we will have some noticeable warming, especially by the time we get to the end of the week. As we roll out your kids at San Diego Unified School District, who just kicked off the summer season, their summertime off. It looks like the weather is going to cooperate with any outdoor plans that you may have this weekend, with temperatures rising about 5 degrees or so each day into your weekend. The mountains and desert areas, we have one more day of the 50s and then we'll rise into the 70s. Quite a noticeable warm up when it comes to the mountains and desert areas. I mean, we're seeing those numbers rise about 10 to 15 degrees by the time we get to tomorrow afternoon. We have one more day of the 80s for the desert neighborhoods, low 80s today, and then we'll jump up to the mid 90s by the time we get to Saturday. And then we're closer to that century degree mark as early as Sunday. Most areas will stay in the 90s when it comes to those desert neighborhoods, but by the time we get to Monday, most neighborhoods will be hovering in the low hundreds. Eric?
On Capitol Hill, in connection with the House Oversight Committee's Epstein probe.
The former Attorney General took part in a closed-door interview Friday as lawmakers pressed for answers about how the Justice Department handled the case. The session has now ended, but not without pushback from some Democrats.
Left in trading, we ended all in the green yesterday, Vanessa. We're all in the green right now.
Yeah, I like that. I like the look of that.
Let's hope we stay in the green here on this Friday. Well, Anthropic is now the world's most...
And between being busy and being worn out, maybe a little blurry.
Yeah, mental health experts say what can result is what's called high-functioning burnout. Life. You got to take a little time, take a deep breath.
You do.
Enjoy it. At least we live in America's finest city.
And like you said, offload some of those tasks.
That's right.
To someone else.
Delegate. You know what? I'm going to delegate to my 3 kids.
Honestly, there you go.
Love that idea.
All right, well, still up next, I will get you another check on your forecast.
Plus a new fire.
No, man, we love to say Friday. We love to say happy Friday to you. We started off on a drizzly note. We didn't really get impressive numbers when it came to the rainfall totals. Not enough to fill a lot of the deficits that we're dealing with. But again, enough to kind of notate because we are in desperate need of rain. Palomar Mountain was one of the big winners. They got about 1/10 of an inch. Meanwhile, we got a few hundredths in Fashion Valley, Rancho Bernardo. And then we got close to 1/10 of an inch for spots like San Onofre as well as Kearney Mesa. The chance of rain over the next 48 hours, slim to none. So you can get that car wash, folks. You have my permission. As we give you a live look outside, a lot of those clouds have cleared, especially along the immediate coast. In fact, this is a live look from one of our UCSD sky cams. And you can see that sunshine is prevailing along the beaches already. Meanwhile, a little bit of a different story. We're still having a mix of sun and clouds hang out with us towards the inland valleys. But still, it's a gorgeous day out if you want. Maybe bring that lunch outside. We are looking at really nice and comfortable conditions, mostly 60s across the board for our most populated neighborhoods west of the mountains. And we still have some 50s out there for the mountain neighborhoods, including Julian. It's overall going to be a pretty nice day. Today's highs will be in the upper 60s, low 70s, and over the next 7 days, we'll see those numbers start to climb, with the warmest day of the next 7 being Sunday. So we'll go from the 70s to the low 80s by the time we get to Sunday for the weekend. Tomorrow will be sort of our transition day into that warming pattern that will follow us all the way through next week. We'll stay in this pattern of low 80s, upper 70s. So we're out with that May gray and those 60s for daytime highs, and will be much warmer looking ahead to next week, all due to a ridge of high pressure. A weak ridge. It's not going to bring us extreme heat, but it will give us some noticeable warming as we progress into the start of a new week. The mountains will be in the 50s for one more day. And then take a look at that. I mean, we're talking about a 10 to 15 degree rise in daytime highs by the time we get to Saturday, with, again, the warmest day being Sunday and Monday. One more day of the 80s, and then we're in the mid-90s by Saturday for the desert areas. We're flirting with the triple digits by the time we get to Sunday, and then most areas, including Borrego Springs and Ocotillo Wells, will see plenty of highs in the low hundreds by the time we get to the start of next week. And at Vanessa P's, big changes are set to take effect to Kelch Fresh benefits on Monday, and this could impact thousands of San Diegans. One local nonprofit says it's already seen a big surge in demand that it's never seen before.
News 8's Kelly Hessedall joining us from Father Joe's Food Pantry.
Kelly, starting this Monday, people will be able to take a ferry from downtown San Diego to the South Bay.
Yeah, imagine the view there, huh? The plan has been in the works for years now. Let's check in with News 8's Tori Apodaca downtown with the details on this trip and how much it'll cost.
Cool. Honestly, so I'm going to also bring you that story for my On the Move segment next week.
Yeah, I know you're diving a little deeper into that.
That's we were hoping to hop on the ferry, but they just weren't ready to.
We got to be patient.
Yeah, they were doing some finishing touches on the boat there, so really exciting.
Lots of blue sky. Holy cow, look at that. It looks nice out.
Yeah, we had some drizzle this morning. You may have encountered some soggy roads as you headed out the door this morning. On the evening commute, though, a completely different story. It should be pretty bone dry out there as we are done with that rain activity. All right, so we saw clear skies. We're seeing clearing along the coast and immediate beaches, but we are still seeing some clouds lingering over the inland communities. Overall, we're seeing a mix of sun and clouds with uneven clearing today. As we take a look at current temperatures, we are currently seeing 71 in Mira Mesa. That's pretty much one of the only spots in the 70s right now. Meanwhile, the surrounding areas west of the mountains, most of us are in the 60s. Quite cool in Julian. Julian, you're sitting at 52 degrees. In Borrego Springs, if you're looking for those 70-degree temperatures, just head east towards our deserts. All right, today's highs, not too much change from what we're seeing now. We'll climb into the upper 60s, low 70s from the coast all the way towards the inland valleys. It will be quite cool in the mountains. So if you're headed there for the weekend, make sure that you're layering up, because although we're looking at sunshine, really nice days ahead, the evenings and the mornings are going to be quite cool. So that area of low pressure is going to shimmy out of the way, and we'll move some weak ridging, and that will bring us some weak offshore flow along with warmer temperatures right in time for the weekend. So it's almost like, San Diego got the memo. A lot of kids are already on summer break, and as we head into the weekend, things are going to start to warm up. A stark contrast from the gloomy conditions that we saw for the majority of the week. As we take a look at your 7-day forecast, looks like the warmth will peak on Sunday for most of our microclimate in daytime highs. They'll actually feel the biggest difference in those temperatures, going from the 60s to the 80s, for example, by Sunday in our mountain neighborhoods, and then the desert areas will go from the 80s to the 90s within 24 hours, and then the next day we'll climb into the low hundreds. So the desert areas are going to see some extreme heat. If you're headed out there, just make sure that you're limiting time outside. We'll stick in this pattern of low hundreds for quite some time, with things warming up even more by the time we get to Wednesday and Thursday. Meanwhile, the mountain areas will be soaring above normal. These temperatures a lot warmer than where we should be for this time of year. By the time we get to the middle of next week, I mean, we're talking about some of those spots, including Julian and Palomar Mountain, inching close to 90 degrees. Sure that you're going to a staffed post office and asking for a hand stamp. Drop boxes remain your last minute safe option.
Yeah, this morning a new poll by most valuable AI startup company.
Less than 24 hours ago, the company announced it raised $65 billion in new funding. It now is valued at nearly the line between being busy and being worn out could be a little blurry.
Yeah, mental health experts say that results in what's called high functioning burnout, and that multitasking can make us feel more efficient. But this morning, new research shows the key to getting more done may be actually doing less.
Author Gloria Mark